kayakers and canoeists get their turn. Our colleague Noah Adams has this profile of one seasoned Olympian.
Here is how one athlete gets to the Olympic Games. He parks his truck, puts on his life jacket and his helmet, picks up his paddle, puts his bright yellow plastic canoe on his shoulder, and barefoot crosses a parkway that is busy with traffic heading into Washington, D.C. The canoe tells some of the story. It is splashed with bright-colored stickers from just the last 2 years of competition in Germany, Slovenia, Bratislava, Spain, Wisconsin, and the Olympic trials on the Ocoee River in Tennessee. David Hearn, 18 times the U.S. national solo whitewater canoe champion, won his Olympic spot in April by 13 1/100ths of a second, and returned, as always, to this side channel of the Potomac River to keep on training. One workout in the morning, one in the evening. He is helped by his wife, Jennifer, who's brought along their 1.5-year-old son, Jesse.
Need more water?
I just need this.
Hearn puts his boat in the water, attaches a spray skirt, and waits for his heart rate to settle down. He wears a monitor on his right wrist. Jennifer stands on a wooden platform out over the water.
10 seconds.
She's holding a clipboard and a stopwatch.
5, 3, 2, 1, go!
This is aerobic weightlifting on the water. David Hearn's heart rate will zoom from 45 beats a minute to around 160. He's in a small canoe. It looks like a kayak, but he's kneeling inside the boat, and he's using a single-bladed paddle. The D.C. area has long had world-class paddlers, and they set up a slalom course here where the Potomac River bends around an island. A slalom gate, 2 metal poles hanging down from cables across the water. The array of gates approximates a competitive course. David Hearn carves deep turns through the gates, the tail of the boat diving underwater with each stroke. His tanned shoulders and arm muscles appear to inflate and glow with the effort. He peels out of a tight turn after the last gate and starts a straight run back up to the top of the course, racing against Jennifer's stopwatch.
This is the part that's mentally hard. There's nothing to distract you from the fatigue. You have to focus on just the next few strokes and not think about how far it is to the finish. The finish gate is in sight. Pick it up.
.203. Nice. Good work.
Hearn will pause 60 seconds, then paddle the course again. He will do 2 sets of 5 circuits.
That's a hard one. My arms are a little rubbery.
You're getting really good extension, even though you were getting pretty deep into the workout. You still had really good extension.
Started getting a little bit better wide turn on the left up on the second set. My strokes are a little sharper.
And that's just the morning workout. He'll go home, have lunch, get some rest, and come back for some more paddling in the afternoon. This has been David Hearn's routine for about 25 years. He figures he's been out here on the Potomac paddling perhaps 4,000 times. mostly for training, but often for fun. He's been on this river at hurricane flood stage, and there have been uncounted long drives to the Gauley in West Virginia or the Youghiogheny in Maryland. A slalom racing event is simply a replication of a trip down a whitewater river.
It's the same kind of thing we do on many technical rivers like the Gauley River or the Upper Yough in western Maryland. There, in many cases, aren't that many choices for where you should run some of the rapids, and it's almost like there is a gate and you really have to be in this particular spot. On a river, the consequences of missing a gate are much larger than in a race. In a race, you miss a gate, you get 50 seconds added to your time, or if you hit the pole, it's 2 seconds, and no big deal. On a river, it can be life or death.
When you learn a course, are you learning it with your body or your mind when you're trying to recall it? How does that work?
It's kind of a combination. There's a lot of visualization that takes place, but we won't know the configuration of the course of the gates for the Olympics until just the day before. Once they do set the course, it's all kind of a mind game to imagine ourselves paddling it as many times as possible, because in the race we get 2 runs, they both count. It really is a kind of a body awareness, sort of an exercise. You can verbalize to an extent what you're going to do on the course, but often words don't adequately express. It takes a lot of words to express what happens in just a few split seconds on the course. And so you don't have time to process all that language. The best way is if you can see the course and remember other courses. I'll try and draw on my experience and remember a move that looks like this move I'm seeing at the Olympics.
And it could be from Tennessee.
Could be from Tennessee. It could be from Prague. Could be from Augsburg, Germany. Could be from Nottingham, England. And I'll try and figure out how I can use that memory, that muscle memory of how that move worked, to tackle this new move that I'm going to have to go out and accomplish perfectly the first time I do it in the Olympic Games.
David Hearn, talking with us after a training workout on the Potomac River. Hearn is now 41 years old. This will be his 3rd trip to the Olympic Games. He will be competing in Australia with paddlers who are half his age, but as he would say, paddlers with half his experience. His Olympic Games start on Sunday at the Penrith Whitewater Stadium. It's an artificial canoe and kayak course with a turbulent river running in the shape of a U. This is Noah Adams, NPR News.
L.A. tries to get people back on the bus. That's next on All Things Considered.
Canoeist David Hearn has finished last in the medal competition at the Penrith Whitewater Stadium. Hearn is 41 years old. He's from Bethesda, Maryland. He also made the finals in the Atlanta and the Barcelona Summer Games. Last Friday, we reported on David Hearn's training for his 3rd Olympics. He finished in 12th place after hitting a few of the slalom gates on his runs, and there the wind was a factor.
It's difficult when you're trying to take a tight line around an upstream pole of a gate, for example, and it won't sort of hold still for you. You have to sort of guess where it's going to be. And I had trouble trying to feel the water and the pulses of the water and get an idea of how well I was working to apply my power to the river because of the noise, if you will, of the wind. It was just interfering with me feeling the river properly. A lot of the other guys, I'm sure, had trouble, but it didn't seem to bother some of them anyway quite as much.
You were beaten. The gold medal winner is 22 years old. Do you think you were beaten by younger paddlers or better paddlers?
I was definitely beaten by better paddlers. Whether they're better because they're younger, that probably enters into it. It's been really interesting. I feel proud to be able to be in the same eddy with some of them at the finish. I didn't want to get out of the water after the race was over. It was just so exciting to see the top guys come down, and really some fantastic racing.
What does it look like now for Athens 4 years from now for whitewater canoeing? Do you think the sport will be there?
I think we will. I hope we will. I think that this event here outside of Sydney has shown the world that whitewater courses can be built almost anywhere. It's possible to have a course like this not just break even, but make money by having people come use it for whitewater rafting, canoeing and kayaking recreationally, as well as for racing. So it's a great blueprint for a whitewater course in everybody's backyard.
Can you take some time now to sort of detrain and just relax and eat anything you want to and sleep as late as you want to and stay off the water for a while? What's your schedule going to be?
Yeah, we're going to go on a bit of a vacation. At first, that kind of thing entails staying out of the boat, and it tends to be attractive to not have to train. But after, sometimes it's as short as a week or two, getting back in the boat is the thing that is the most fun. So,
David Hearn, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you, Noah.
U.S. whitewater canoeist David Hearn speaking with us from Penrith Lakes, Australia. He finished in last place at the Sydney Games.
Our program is directed by Marika Partridge.